much for me to be straight. I got a fast car and I got access to a lot of girls in poverty. So I'm winning.
So I have heard crazy things, but this one that I heard from Cory Holcomb is a discovery. Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. My name is Princess Banigo, and you're welcome to Bani Talks. So Cory Holcomb, had an interview or a podcast, we could call it that, with Cam Newton. Now, the conversations that arose from this conversation the conversations that arose from this podcast, this interview, was crazy. They talked about different things, but there was one that piqued my interest and that is actually trending. Now, this man, Cory Holcomb, went ahead to say that he prefers women in poverty. Now, I'm sure you'll be wondering, okay, women in poverty, you saw the little bit of intro, right? I'm going to drop the long version of what he was actually trying to say, and I will be back.
I don't have to be rich beyond my wildest imagination. You know what I'm saying? I got what I need from the projects. It don't take much for me to be straight. I got a fast car and I got access to a lot of girls in poverty. So I'm winning.
Women in poverty, I can control them better. A girl who can't afford to say, fuck you, Cory, I'm gone. She just can't afford to do it. So I take advantage of that. Now, that might be wrong, but her poverty and my needs, most of the time, it even out. I don't really need a lot of their time. And they don't tell me to fuck off because they know when I come over, they children can get some, hold up, god damn, some outlet Jordans. Wow. Outlet Gucci. Yeah, that's it. Outlet Gucci. But how you speak of women, right, where you want control. Is there ever one control that is taken by force? I want control because I'm the one who is the leader of the pack, naturally. So could you see yourself in a situation where a woman makes as much as you or more than you? I like women who make money, just I can't do nothing with you other than sleep with you. If you could take care of yourself, you don't think you could talk to me. I don't like you talking to me a lot. I know you got your own money and all like that, so if you want to, we could hook up, hang out, do that for a minute. But I'm saying, girls in poverty, because they have a deficiency. Poverty is a deficiency out here in America. I can fix your little deficiency if you do what I want you to do. I think it's the even exchange. Yeah, but do you see how that comes off as... No. How does it come off? Look, for exchanging services, okay, but that's not prostitution. It's all prostitution. What's not prostitution? The only woman who not prostituting, not a woman that's married to their husband. Everything else, you a hoe.
Now, I can't keep quiet hearing this. I can't keep short because, yes, I like to talk. What does he mean by saying that he prefers women in poverty and that they are easy to control? Oh, he has cars, he has this and that, and then the women are definitely going to come. Women, this is a sign for you to have your own money, no matter how little it is. Make sure you're doing something, because we have lots of bros out there like this. But I don't want to say too much because I am here with what people thought about all of this, and I brought it all for you guys. Let's go listen to what people thought about this, and I'll be back.
Women in poverty, I can control them better. A girl who can't afford to say, fuck you, Cory, I'm gone. She just can't afford to do it. So I take advantage of that. Now, that might be wrong, but her poverty and my needs, most of the time, it even out. I don't really need a lot of their time.
I love videos like this when the dudes with money tell y'all the things that us regular dudes been saying, but y'all didn't believe us when we said, because y'all was just calling us broke. We ain't got no money, so how would we know that? And what's even funnier is like the think pieces on this, because it's like We was just called broke. Y'all was just arguing about 50-50. All of a sudden, men use money to try to control women. We was just called broke a couple weeks ago. I've been trying to tell y'all for the longest on this app. Don't let money be the only reason why you are dealing with a man. Yes, money is very important in this society that we live in, but if that's the only reason, it's never gonna end good, especially if he know this.
I can fix your little deficiency if you do what I want you to do.
This man just casually admitted that he wants the kind of woman that he can financially abuse. They want to feel like you are beneath them. And the only way to do that is to be able to financially control you. They want you to have to consider, can I even afford to leave him? They don't want you to be a stay-at-home wife or a stay-at-home mom because they're wholesome and they think you'd make a great mom and they don't want to have their child raised in childcare. No, none of that. This is why so many of them long for the good old days when women had no bank accounts, when women didn't have jobs, when women couldn't make their own money. They long for those days because they believe those men had more control of their women. A good man doesn't want you to be with him just because you can't afford to leave. This is also why they're trying so hard to get rid of no-fault divorce. They want you to feel like you are stuck with them.
Hey, what's up, y'all? So I know everybody saw I saw it on my For You page because I didn't look at the podcast, but the Cam Newton podcast, when he interviewed comedian Cory Holcomb, a.k.a. Chicken George. If you don't know who Chicken George is, Google it. Matter of fact, both him and Cam Newton look like Chicken George with their outfits. But he said something, Cory Holcomb said something in the interview saying that he dates women in poverty so he can control them. Understand this, look. He may tell somebody else, another woman, I was just joking, this and that. It's truth in jokes. And he absolutely meant that. And I'm going to just say this for anybody listening. You date on the level of your self-esteem. So if he's dating in poverty, meaning below, that's where his self-esteem is. So if you got to date a woman in poverty, understand this, women. And I'm not knocking nobody for doing what they doing with the government. Because the government damn sure hustling us. But if you getting EBT, you got Section 8, WIC, whatever, that man is coming. Cory Holcomb gonna use your shit. He gonna sell your EBT, your food stamps. Matter of fact, he probably stole his lady food stamp card, that EBT card, and sold them stamps to whoever made that country looking ass outfit. Yeah, they went right over. Cory Holcomb from Chicago. They went right over there to Fisherman Fabrics on Roosevelt and bought that drapery fabric, because that is not fabric for clothes. That outfit was made from fabric that you make for drapes and curtains, okay? They went over there to the drapery department and bought a couple yards, and he paid that man or whoever sold that damn country-looking, ugly-ass outfit, he sold them in stamps and food stamps. Understand, if a man is coming into your life, and wherever you are in life, and he's not trying to upgrade you, he's coming to use whatever it is that you got. The women in poverty included, because if you getting food stamps, that man will take your EBT card. People like him, he definitely doing crackhead behavior, okay, because his self-esteem is low. So he gonna do all types of low-level activities, like steal his lady EBT card to sell them food stamps for whatever. He done sold them stamps. Yeah, my girl get $1,000 in stamps a month. I'm gonna give you about $500 if you make this outfit for me for the Cam Newton podcast show. You know he did that. But no, seriously, ladies, this man is 56 years old. He's steady talking about dating. Man, you should be making your arrangements. You shouldn't even be worried about dating nobody. It's almost over for you. And he looking like, high blood pressure and gout. He already got probably pre-existing, conditions. And men like Cory Holcomb and Cam Newton, because, he got exposed when he had Dr. Brian on the show, right? So now he goes from telling Dr. Brian that he's still looking for his wife, meaning he keeping his options open. Now he want to say he's just with one woman. Which one is it? Because understand this, one thing about men with money, they're going to have options, other options. No one woman is going to satisfy them because their ego is too big. They constantly need ego stroking. So now he wants to change his tune up. He's not faithful. And then Cory Holcomb sit up there. He's still talking about he needs some new material because he's steady still talking about his baby mama. Them jokes was from 20 years ago when you first came in the business. Your daughter got to be about 30 something. You can't let that shit go. But I'm just saying, like, men like them, they come to manipulate and ruin women. They're not coming to help and uplift you. The games that they play, the manipulation, Cory Holcomb want to sit up there and say he dates women in poverty because he wants control. He's not coming in to help you. There are a lot of men with that type of energy that's out here that come into a woman's life not to help her, because he's so butthurt from whatever his previous experiences are. He not coming to help you. He coming to take whatever it is that you got. Meaning that if you in poverty and you getting food stamps, he coming to take that card. Yeah. He's going to use whatever it is that you got, whatever he can take from you. He's coming to do that. He's not coming to help you. He too butthurt and insecure. His self-esteem is so low, so he feels like he has to, in order to make himself feel better, he has to hurt you, whether it's mental, physical, whatever. Stay away from them type of men. This man been steady talking about women. His whole comedy act is about dogging women out for the last 20-some years. However long that man been in the industry. So, I mean, that's who he is. But seeing him and seeing how terrible he looks, he has to worry more about his health than dating. Understand that you look like you got high blood pressure. And any man with high blood pressure, their package don't work. They got this. Worry more about your erectile dysfunction than worrying about dating women in poverty and stealing their EBT card.
They children can get some hold up. Damn. Some outlet Jordans.
Yet again, proving the game 41 Shades of Men, the pursuit to subdue and use you correct. So how do women put themselves in situations to be as vulnerable as this? Laziness, lack of creativity, sexual addictions and sexual recklessness, seeking for validation. And so many women are opposed to being independent women because they're afraid that a man who wants to use them won't be able to use them.
Girls in poverty, because they have a deficiency. Poverty is a deficiency out here in America. I can fix your little deficiency if you do what I want you to do. I think it's an even exchange.
There's a clip of comedian Cory Holcomb being interviewed by former NFL athlete Cam Newton. This is so aggravating to watch that, but also I thought it was a good clip, a good learning experience, because almost 100% of all domestic violence starts with financial abuse. And he goes on later in the clip and talks about occasions when he feels that domestic violence would be okay. So I just really wanted to show that, highlight, and advocate for all the women out there. Even if you're married, even if you're in a relationship, it's really, really important to have your own money, to have your own emergency fund, to have your own credit card that's only in your name. It's really a matter of safety, of being able to take care of yourself, and for many women, a matter of life and death. Be safe out there.
Independent all by yourself. Like, you don't need anybody to do anything for you, because you don't want nobody like that trying to control you. He's telling you exactly how controlling he is, because he said if a woman has no money, she has nowhere to go, so she can't leave him. He said he didn't want to date a woman with her own money or with her own, so she can't talk to him, she can't tell him nothing. It sounds like he doesn't even like women. You have men in the comments agreeing with him, meaning they do the same thing, and a lot of them don't say it. What I will give him is at least he's upfront about his BS. That way it's no question. He done put it out there, he said it. It doesn't excuse it or make it okay. But at least by him admitting that, it gives you the choice up front whether you want to continue to deal with that BS or bounce. All that tells you is he has nothing else to offer. No emotional intelligence, no intellectual integrity. You don't go about treating people however and using them if you have integrity. Now, I didn't see the entire interview, but I have saw clips of him before. I've seen clips of the interview, and all he's really doing is putting women down, objectifying them, and reducing them to nothing. As each day passes, I am in deeper gratitude for being a lesbian. Thank you, source. Thank you, God, for making me a lesbian, because What in the fuck? Ladies, I got your back.
Likely to put up with more than a woman who got her stuff together. I cannot treat the woman who got her stuff together any kind of way because she doesn't need me, right? In order for me to keep that woman, she actually has to like me as a person. She actually has to want to be here by choice. See, that other one, she here by force, right? She can't do no better right now. She's down bad and she need my help. And therefore, that man is going to take full advantage of that. Meaning a lot of times they're going to treat you any kind of way, talk to you any kind of way, sometimes be verbally and physically abusive. They will do whatever they feel like with you because they feel like you can't leave. You need their help. So therefore, you're in a position to take a lot more than that woman who can just simply walk away and be okay financially because she don't need them. And that's the reason why you should never date when you're down bad, because people can spot it from a mile away and they plot on you, right? They plot on you and they know how to treat you based off of that. So man, woman, it's really always a good idea to have yourself together before you go out into the dating scene. Number one, so people don't do this to you. And number two, so that you can date based off what you truly want and not what you need. Let me say that again and explain it. A lot of times when y'all go out into the dating scene, when you down bad, you don't date based off the person that you truly want either. You're dating based off your need. You need help. So you may get with a man that you're not physically attracted to, a man that you have no interest in just because you need his help. A man, same thing. You may get with a woman, she ain't none of the things that you really want, but she'll do until you can get on your feet and do better, right? It's best to be in your best position before going out into the dating scene so that you can truly get what you want and so that people don't take advantage of your vulnerability of you being down bad.
Ladies, if you needed any more of a reason to go get your own education, go listen to Cory Holcomb talk to Cam Newton. I want you to go listen to that clip and come back here. Your education is your voice. Your money is your voice. Those are your opportunities to create not only a better life, but to have say-so in the way your life goes. I'm talking to my nieces now because I know y'all watching. Your education, your money is your voice, your power. Society would like you to believe that your power is your vagina. It is, but it isn't. It's in combination with your brain and your ability to maneuver in this world as an educated woman. You are going to run into people who want to take advantage of you simply because they think you are not educated. They are going to want to date you. They're going to want to marry you, and they're going to want to break you down simply because they think that they have more than you and that they can always remain high over somebody else. Do you hear what I'm saying? Are you listening to Auntie? That's all I know.
But no, really, what was so disturbing about the Cam Newton and Cory Holcomb sit down is the fact that you have a lot of men that actually believe those same sentiments. To have a man so comfortably sit in a seat across from another man on national TV worldwide and say or ask if this other man has ever had to discipline a woman. Do you know how depraved that type of thought process is? And then to see it be followed up with a smirk, with a chuckle, as if it's normal. You could visibly see the discomfort in Cam Newton's face. You could see the sheer, he couldn't believe that this man just said this. And what's so normal about this is that even though you may not have some men who say these things outright, they believe it. Their actions show that they believe it. You can tell that Cory Holcomb does not have a single ounce of respect for women. And it shows by using words like, I control women with money. You've never had to discipline women. That is abusive behavior. The language that he was using, the word choice that he was using in regards to women was abusive. to sit on a platform and speak about this so openly tells you just how accepted these behaviors are. You have a lot of men who when they're with their homeboys, this is the conversation. This is the talk about how, I just got through arguing with my bitch, and I had to I had to put my hands on her. It's normal to them. And to see it play out like this on such a large platform, and to see another man visibly uncomfortable, it should tell you everything that you need to know, and exactly how much danger the women in today's society are actually in. To use that language, to speak as if this woman is beneath this man. When you speak of discipline, you often speak those, you often speak that in regards to, you disciplining your children, or, you have to discipline your dog, your pet. This man literally was talking about disciplining other grown women. And this is why we say, choose the bear. Because even in that instant, I know Cam was he was squirming a little bit. He was trying to get the man to kind of say, to kind of own up to the fact that this is not acceptable behavior. But he didn't go far enough. He should have checked that shit right then and there. He should have told them, listen, that's not my beliefs. I don't support those behaviors. And this is not something that I stand for as a man, because I have daughters. He still let that man have a safe space to share what his actual beliefs are when it comes to women. At this point, I can't even fault women for wanting to date other women, because it just seems like it's not even safe. It's not safe for us out here.
At first, I wasn't going to say nothing, and I wasn't going to speak on this, because a lot of people that I follow have really been going in on this topic, but I just keep seeing it on my For You page, and every time I see it, it just really irks me. And don't mind my appearance. I'm about to go work out. But before I go work out, I have another errand to run. But this Cory Holcomb situation is just irking me to the 10th power. And I think one of the reasons why is because he's just saying the quiet part out loud. And like I said on my other videos, just because a man has money does not mean he is a high value man. It is an aspect to being a high value man, but that does not mean he's a high value man, because you have to take other things into accountability. His mental state, what is his beliefs? What is his mental state? What is his beliefs? What is his morals? You know what I mean? And I used to work in the matchmaking industry, and I had clients that were uber wealthy. And one of the requirements for their candidates, men and women, is they just wanted the person, their partner, to be educated. They wanted them to have their own hobbies, their own interests. They had a list, but the list was just super, it was, some could be intricate, but that's not the point. The point is they had some requests. However, what I noticed was if the woman couldn't cook, a chef was hired. They had a house manager. They had someone to clean the house. They had someone to go do the shopping, the grocery shopping, to the house and wash the cars. They paid for a service to find a match for them that they could be with for the rest of their lives. If there was some things they couldn't do, they didn't care. They provided those things, or they paid and outsourced it. They loved that person for who they were, and they took care of them. Plain and simple. There was no little mind games, and there was no, if you don't do this, I do this type situation. So there are some rich men that are amazing guys, and then there's some that's like Cory Holcomb. And I will say this, my dad had 4 girls. I'm the oldest. And he told every last one of us to be sure to have your own money, Be sure to be able to take care of yourself and never depend on a man for anything. He knew that men out here be moving weird. And if he couldn't teach us nothing else, he taught us how to work, pay them bills, take care of our car, and take care of our home, and not depend on a man. And that's one of the reasons why I was able to up and leave when niggas was moving weird, because I have my own money. And what you're not about to do is be a Cory Holcomb. Like, my dad don't play about his girls. And that's why I don't be telling him a lot of stuff, because he'll pop up. But you also need to worry about me. So young girls, listen, when us older women are telling you, these older men that want to date you, there's always going to be some type of stipulation. And what you don't want to do is end up in a situation where you can't leave, because this guy has gotten you away from your family. He takes care of all the bills. There's nothing in your name. You're not married, so you don't have any paperwork to be able to take anything when you leave. Move smart. People always say marriage, oh, it's just a paper and yada yada. It is. But it also can be some protection. You can have prenups. You can have marriage. You can make sure you know X, Y, and Z, and always have something to do. Even if you don't work full time, work some part time that's something that you love, that's your interest. You don't ever want to be 100% dependent on a man, because they can always switch up. And when they switch up, I leave. And you should too. Because you can't go off the first few months of how God treats you. It has to be consistent. And if they start pulling back and start moving different, and the love bombing stops, you dip. Don't make excuses. Don't say, oh, it's because XYZ. No. Once they slowly start switching up, you slowly start switching up. I'm not supposed to stick around for you to be hot and cold if we're in a relationship. We dating, okay, hot and cold, cool. You go do your own thing, whatever. But if I'm committed to you, we're married or we're engaged, and you start switching up, I'm gonna start moving around too. The fuck? You just have to be comfortable calling it out. You can't always just be nice. I remember I was in high school. I think I was like 17 at the time, and I was working at one of my little jobs, and this older dude propositioned me. And I knew he was married. And so I was checking him out, like giving him his money. And after he said what he had to say, I looked him dead in his eye and I was like, well, that's nice and all, but how would your wife feel about that? And he looked at me and he walked out that door, and he never propositioned me ever again. Play on this app all day, every day. I do. If you go to my page, I play on this app all day, every day. But don't get it twisted, because I will read you for filth if you slide in my inbox disrespectfully. Anywho, I've said what I've had to say today. I'm about to go vote. Yeah, I'm about to go vote because y'all done made me mad. I'm back outside. That's not the point. The point is, I'm about to go vote because y'all pissing us off. Then I'm going to go work out. And then I don't know what I'm going to do after that. I might make another video. I don't know. But yeah, that's about it for today. People looking at me crazy because I'm sitting in the parking lot of Walmart because I went and got coffee. So I kind of need to go home. Yeah. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
I guess I don't really understand why everybody is having such an issue with the Cory Holcomb interview that he did on Cam Newton podcast. Like, have you ever listened to Cory Holcomb? Or is this your first time? If this is your first time, then I can see how you were very offended. But Cory been talking like this. Cory been doing this. That's his platform. And honestly, I just felt like you should have knew the person that you booked. Like, why would you book somebody and you have all of these issues with their viewpoints or how they get things across? Cory was on there to his platform. That's what he was there for. Like, why would he get on your show and be a completely different person? Like, that's how he feed his family. And obviously it works because this nigga got enough money to take care of his family and some other motherfuckers too. I know everybody was so offended about the girls in poverty shit. That's real shit. Like, he know don't nobody want him for real. People will get tired of his ass. He knows that. He know ain't nobody checking for his ass for real. Like, he knows that. So everything is transactional. Now, maybe that got something to do with some hurt inside of him that he need to heal. But whatever the fuck, as long as he's being honest to these women about what the fuck he's on, if they sign up for that shit, that's on them. How you mad? Did you sign up for it? I just don't see how we be so emotionally caught up and upset about niggas that's not ours. That ain't my nigga, so I don't give a fuck what he got going on. Why you care so much? And don't say, oh, it's because that kind of thinking, blah, blah, blah. It's 8 billion people on this planet. We all think different in different areas of life. Period. That's what make the world so fucking fun and interesting. You want somebody to always agree with you. That ain't his experience. And your experience ain't his experience. Like, I really don't see what the big deal is. You not a bitch in poverty, right? So don't worry about what he doing with bitches in poverty. He already said he ain't trying to control forcefully. Like, he ain't talking about pinning nobody down. Bitch, you better. He ain't talking about that shit. What he's talking about is a transactional situation. Bitch, you need some shit. I can help you with that. This is what I need from you. And if she down, she down. If she not, then she not. Like, it's really that simple. Y'all be trying to complicate shit and have all these extra ideas and shit on it. Like, it's really not that deep. It happens all the fucking time. At least he being honest. At least he ain't up here tricking bitches into doing what the fuck he want them to do. He letting you know up front, bitch, this the Cory Holcomb network. If you want to be down, you can be down. If you don't, then keep it fucking moving.
Good morning. This is for my men. Are y'all okay out there? I'm asking a serious question. Are y'all okay? Have y'all seen the podcast of Cory Holcomb? I'm going to put his name down here. Have y'all seen that? Basically saying, hold on, let me just do it.
Women in poverty, I can control them better. A girl who can't afford to say, fuck you, Cory, I'm gone. She just can't afford to do it. So I take advantage of that. Now, that might be wrong, but her poverty and my needs, most of the time, it even out. I don't really need a lot of their time. And they don't tell me to fuck off because they know when I come over, their children can get some...
Hold up. God damn.
Some outlet Jordans.
Outlet Gucci.
Yeah.
I'm asking a serious question. Are y'all okay? He went on to say that if a man impregnates a woman, he has power over that woman. Let me be very clear. Y'all don't have power over us. At all. We will raise the child by ourselves and be in peace. We're not trying to keep y'all kids from y'all. Y'all are keeping your kids from y'all. And this should not be a back and forth thing. And I'm not saying all men. But this is a grown-ass man. A grown-ass man. Teaching young men. Y'all dropped the ball. The call is coming from within. He didn't think this through. Are y'all crazy? Are y'all okay? Because ain't no way, boy.
To my fellow single sister gals who are still proactively dating men, please add to your series of first date questions, who are some of your favorite comedians? Because that's going to give you a whole lot of insight in how that man thinks and how he's going to treat you, Lord Jesus.
Important that little girls have fathers in their life, and at the bare minimum, a father figure. If you've noticed anything about women that have standards from the get-go at an early age, 16, 17, 18 years old, I guarantee you she has a father figure in her life, if not Her dad. And you know what she is in that household? Daddy's little girl. So anything she wants, who's going to give it to her? Daddy. And if daddy's not teaching her anything, he's definitely going to teach her never to rely on a man, because if you're going to rely on any man in this world, it's going to be the big guy upstairs and me, the father. And this is coming from me. I'll be honest. I don't think any woman should rely on a man unless it's your husband. But at the same time, I think everybody should at least have their own, so they don't put themselves in positions where they have to be with this person out of desperation. They need this person to survive financially.
The podcast with Cam Newton and Cory Holcomb, whatever his name is one of the most saddest, disrespectful thing I ever seen when it comes to the area of the relationship. Ladies, you don't have to look at the old video, but some of y'all need to look at that part, just put the part relationship. First of all, let me help y'all out. He said he don't want any woman that's making money. She only basically could satisfy him. He want a woman of poverty, a woman that is broke, a woman beneath him, because those ladies won't tell him no. He could do whatever he want to do. He could show up at the house with some off-brand shoes and she's going to be happy for the kids because they broke and they poverty. That is what this man is sitting up speak. I digest. Let me come back. First of all, let me say this to y'all fellas. When y'all allow other guys to walk around and speak like that and y'all don't correct them, and then y'all get upset when some ladies say, well, I don't want to be in a relationship. I'd rather be alone and all that type of stuff. This is why. This is why. And y'all won't correct the fellas when they speak like that. That makes women protect themselves. But then y'all get upset with the women when the women say, oh no, let me get my own money and let me protect myself, because you never know when someone like that is going to show up. That is the most disrespectful thing. Y'all just got to go and listen to it, period.
Just so you guys know, this man is 56 years old, and I'm really glad we're having the conversation about male loneliness. Shout out to Nia for sharing this clip, because Cory Holcomb sat down on Cam Newton's podcast, and look what he had to say about women and poverty. And y'all, I wish this was the end of this mess, but they continue. They continued for 2 hours and 57 minutes. Why I be boosting those videos of those nurses and those nurses' assistants to be getting on TikTok and talking about how their patients who passed away were these single, lonely old men that nobody came to come visit, and they basically just died in agony. This is why I be boosting their videos, because a mess like this. Like, this man being 56 years old really thinks that he is the prize. He thinks he's the prize. And if you go and watch this full interview, even Cam Newton is shocked at some of the stuff that comes out of this man's mouth, even though Cam Newton definitely agrees with half this mess. He just, he has to play it even. This is why I encourage the male loneliness epidemic, because if y'all have thoughts like this, I encourage your loneliness.
I just saw a snippet of an interview with Cam Newton and Cory Holcomb, and Cam Newton looked terrified. So in the interview, in the snippet, Cory Holcomb was talking about, he said, Cam, you mean to tell me you ain't never had to discipline a woman? That is the moment. It probably was moments before, I'm sure. That was the moment I know Cam Newton realized he invited a liability on his show. I see y'all love inviting people on y'all podcasts and y'all platforms who have controversial opinions, because it's going to garner attention. It's going to cause a viral moment. But some viral moments can really be a liability to your brand. In no way, even first of all, even if Cam Newton had ever done that, the comfort in which Cory Holcomb thought he would admit that on camera says so much about the bad behavior that some men are so used to participating in with other men. And then Cory Holcomb is just laughing as if it's funny. A way that is so heartbreaking. Not have you ever had to break up with a woman. Not have you ever had to end it with the woman because you realized this wasn't the woman for you. Have you ever disciplined? Have you ever had to discipline a woman? And some men don't think they think like this because they've never said it, but they've put it in their actions. They've done it. I don't think that was wise for Cam to have him on. And I think he realized that mid-interview.
It is so funny to me that some of y'all under the other video defending Cory Holcomb about using women. And in my opinion, some of y'all just still have a love-hate relationship with women. And let me just say this so y'all know I'm not just man bashing. As a woman myself, I cannot stand when another woman disrespect their man in public. In other words, don't curse your man out in public. I don't care if y'all in the store. I don't care if y'all just walking down the sidewalk. Don't curse your man out in public. Wait till you get in the car. Wait till you get home, especially during the first of the month or during income tax. If you know, you know. But to say it's a joke when a man said he would use a woman because she don't have any money and their kid. He would just bring some cheap shoes home because she is broke. And that's a punchline when some of you all have baby mamas where the man can move into the house and don't even treat your kid right or that woman right. Some of you all grew up where a man moved into the house with you and your mama and you know he didn't treat y'all right. And y'all think that's comedy? That is comedy, talking about using a woman based off her income? And I'm just going to say it. I hate to say it. I don't see this anywhere else. We're not talking about joking about our women. We're talking about using our women and the kids. Birds of a feather flock together.
You would think that, you know, men, their perception and everything is changing and that people are reasoning things or saying things, you know, in a better perspective. No, but we still have men who want to control women, especially because their finances are not, you know, the finances are not there because they're probably struggling and going through things. And then if you meet a man like this man who is saying this trash, is going to use you, make you feel less than a human, and embarrass you, you know, because obviously those are the kind of women it goes for, women that are in poverty. Like, how should that even be a thing? Because in Africa, where I'm from, men these days want their women to do something, to have something doing. Every reasonable man should want that, because why? Even if you're married to a man and you have something doing for yourself, you know, it eases the stress, the burden in the home, because obviously there are certain things you would want to do and you won't have to rely on a man or wait for the husband or the boyfriend. But him saying he prefers to go out for women in poverty obviously shows how his mentality is and what kind of person he is. And I've heard people say, oh, why are people surprised that is his person? Well, I really didn't know much about him until now. So if you know that because he's a comedian and this is what he does and he's a clown and he's a joker, leave your thoughts with me. If you agree with him, leave your thoughts with me. And if you disagree, kindly also leave your thoughts with me in the comment section, because I will be reading, learning, and also responding. Anyway, guys, please consider giving this video a big thumbs up, a like, share. Yes, thumbs up is still like, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye for now.